Councillor Palmer, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and I'm excited to share some history that we found about your family and your property.
Thanks for asking me.
You're very welcome. So I was reading the books you gave me, and thank you so much for bringing those about the Palmer family. And I saw that the property that you live on now, you are a fifth generation farmer. Is that correct?
Yes.
So we actually here at the archives have the early land records for the county. And I thought we could go through some of them and see some of the early records related to your farm.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. So what we have here is known as a land abstract. It lists every property owner right from the Crown Patent up until about the 1970s. Wow. So you'll see the very first person, actually, it goes backwards. The very first person who received the Crown Patent was in 1847.
Yes.
And his name was Andrew Searles.
Okay.
Now, although we don't have this early record here, I was able to find the next record from Library Archives Canada, and that was his probative will.
Sear or Searles?
Searles, sorry, Searls. So here is his last will and testament, and you'll actually see that he actually deeded his farm to his wife, Abigail, and his fourth son. And it even lists all the property. So animals, furniture, cutlery is all listed in his will.
Wow. Did it get into dollars?
By the time it would have been pounds and whatnot. So it's interesting, though, because he received the Crown Patent in 1847, but he actually passed away in 1846. So he actually never actually got to have the actual patent itself. It actually went to his family. So now, the next thing we're going to show you is when the Palmers first received the property. Yes. And that would have been Stephen Palmer in 1871. So this deed indenture here is the actual one that shows Samuel Sears, who is Searles, Andrew's son, deeding the property to Stephen Palmer.
So did he pay in pounds or dollars?
I believe... You're going to make me read the handwriting. I believe he would have paid in pounds, but I'll have to read it in more detail after. Sure. But you'll see this is interesting. And it's interesting. I was reading that Stephen actually never lived in Norwich Township. He lived in Brantford Township. Wow. So he actually never lived on the property. So the first Palmer who actually lived on the property would have been Elgin Palmer after Stephen's death in 1874. So, and you'll see there's another two indentures from 1874, and that involves Elgin and his brother Benson. And again, Benson never actually lived in Norwich. He lived in New Durham. So the property actually ended up in Elgin's hands. Now, I was reading up on Elgin. I read his obituary, and I learned that he was he started the beef ring in Norwich Township and was the actual butcher and manager for 30 years for that organization, which I thought was really interesting.
My father was good at butchering as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember it.
No, very cool.
We used to have a building called the Butcher House.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's very interesting. I also learned that Elgin actually served on North Norwich Township Council. So politics obviously must run in your family.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I actually found, in going through some of our county records here, I actually did find a motion that was moved by Elgin Palmer in North Norwich Township in 1921.
He's my great-grandfather.
James Reddy is your great-grandfather too.
My name is James Reddy Palmer.
I never put the two together when I saw that. Oh, that's very interesting. So this motion is actually for a road between North Norwich and Durham. We have multiple ones that he would have moved.
Would that be the slant road?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I have this record I found from him. And then I also have this record written by Elgin Burphy Palmer as the executive of the Oxford County Rural Trustees and Ratepayers Association in 1932.
Yeah. Remember Burphy?
Yeah.
It's my grandfather's brother.
Oh, really?
My grandfather is Bernie.
Okay.
He's Burphy.
Yeah.
It's funny, the names. And the other one, I forget his name right now. But Burphy, when they moved from United States to Canada in New Brunswick, there was a company called Burphy Seeds.
Okay.
And I believe they were involved.
Oh, interesting. Now, is Burphy a family name then, or is that?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure where that came from?
Anybody would be claiming it nowadays.
No, but it's very neat. You actually get to see his signature down there.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
He used to work with the school board. He was Oh, these are people who will come around and check up on things.
Yeah, superintendents.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very neat. I didn't know that. See, I'm learning more from you as well when we go through these. So now I know earlier we were also talking about drain records.
Yes.
And we have a very large collection of drain records here in the
Palmer
county.
drains.
And I do have a whole file on Palmer drain.
Yeah, there's several.
And I thought I'd show you, in particular, we do have a map of the Palmer drain. And this one is from 1952. And you'll see.
Well, I was 2 years old.
Yeah, you'll see where all the different properties that it went through, and it even lists some of the different owners up top and the other properties.
Wow.
So the earliest records I have for the drain go back to 1902, and we have everything from the reports from W.J. Ure, who were doing the review of the different
drains. We pretty much replaced that about 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
We have up to 1952 in terms of records here.
Drains used to be... they would take away a small amount of water, but modern farmers farm the whole farm almost at once.
Yeah.
And you can't wait for one field to dry. So you put in drains. Not every farmer does this, but by and large, the good ones do.
Yeah. Well, I get a lot of questions about drains a lot over the years. And I've mentioned earlier, we used to have a certain gentleman come in all the time asking about them. So definitely very popular. And I always thought they were quite boring when I had to process them, but they're quite interesting. Yeah. A lot of family history in those files.
You can control the amount of water you remove from a piece of land. At that time, they probably were taking maybe half an inch of rain water per day. Modern day drains would take perhaps 2 inches in a day. It costs more money, but it's quicker.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I'll have to off camera. We'll have to show you some of the more records on that then, because there's some interesting ones in there. So, so next I will show you. Now, I read in the book that you were a long time Timberjack employee.
Well, 10 years was a long time for me.
Yeah. Well, we received a number of years ago a collection from the public. Gentleman from the public, and he actually brought us in some of the old models.
Well, that's a Timco.
Yeah.
And that was came during I was halfway through my career at Timberjack. It was developed in Wisconsin. It came. I really didn't have anything to do with it. Okay. Everything I was involved with would have been skidders.
Okay.
Or mine jacks.
Okay.
The skidders were a local invention, taking the way they used in the big forests. They would have large cables, and they would transport logs from, oftentimes the trees are on hills. They would pull them from one spot to another with a large winch.
Okay.
Was a way to safely or more safely harvest the wood. But nowadays, most of the woods that certainly in this area are more level.
Yeah.
And you use skidders, which was just a machine with a winch on the back.
Okay.
And a blade on the front.
Yeah.
Big tires, and it looked like any four-wheel drive tractor. They were articulated. They made a lot of changes. Timberjack was the preeminent manufacturer in the world, and until they were purchased by John Deere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So John Deere actually their skidders look very much like a Timberjack skidder.
Yeah.
Yep.
I even have one of those.
That's good. They made them both out of steel.
Okay.
And of brass. That's the nicest kind. And those are bottle openers.
Oh, are they really?
Oh,
I was wondering what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was for your desk.
Yeah. Well, you could put it on your desk, but I'm sure some of them probably used them for bottle openers as well.
That's very interesting. Yeah, we have a few drawings too and whatnot too. So, but yeah, it's part of our large collection from the public of business records that we received.
Just last week, I was at a Timberjack employee Christmas dinner.
Oh, really?
It was in Beachville at the Legion. There was probably 100 people there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The wife of one of the longtime workers, when you say longtime, way longer than I was there, is very good at keeping people together.
That's great. I hope that...
they are dying out slowly, but it was used to say you used to bleed orange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably more in the west coast of North America, but skidders are more used in here in Ontario
Okay.
and in the U.S.
Yeah.
East and
I'll have
Central.
to show you some of the other ones we have.
Sure. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, I got about 3 or 4. We don't normally take artifacts, but because it came with
sure.
it came with their archival records and it kind of all fit, we agreed to accept them all. But
what's good? The Timberjacks have been very good to Woodstock.
Yeah, good local
it's
community.
It's unfortunate that they were sold, but that's just the way the world works.
It is.
Bigger and bigger, more scale.
Yeah. Okay, so before you go, I would have to show you, and I'm sure you'll remember it. Good old 1969 Norwich High School yearbook. We were able to find your photo.
Yeah.
As an award winner.
I'm not sure what I won, but
you won the Knights of Columbus Award.
And I'm not even Catholic. Nowadays, I attend the commencement in Delhi at their high school because about 10 years ago, Norwich High School was closed, and the students have an opportunity to go either to Delhi or to College Ave or to Tilsonburg. But the way they do it nowadays, pretty much everybody wins something.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
People have more money now than they used to have. Yeah, so I haven't seen books like that for quite a while. We had an event at the former high school, sort of people coming from different years, and I volunteered to give my copy of this for people to watch.
Oh, okay.
But it never came home.
Oh.
Well, it's not the worst thing.
That.
Some names, I haven't seen.
I did recognize a few in here.
Gordon's a teacher a former teacher in London.
Okay.
Grant Lee was a dentist, and he's deceased. Norma was a year behind us. Janet McEwen was from Otterville.
Okay.
Rhonda from Burgessville. Her family owned a little store in Burgessville that's just recently been sold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, kind of neat.
Kind of a walk down memory lane.
Fred Boyce was worked for the federal government. He spent a lot of time in Russia.
Oh, really?
With the agriculture.
Yeah.
Bruce Kennedy he was a really smart kid. He moved to California. He was big on computers.
Oh, wow.
Robert is one of the few that stayed in the area. Linda's a nurse in Simcoe.
Okay.
We only had like 13 people in our class. So, no, I'm one of the few that stayed in the area.
Yeah. Well, that's very neat.
At that time, it was hard for young people to get a suitable job in your area, and you often had to move.
Yeah.
My first job was in Hanover.
Oh, really? Doing what?
I was an engineer.
Okay.
I worked there for a little while. Then I worked for the same company in Mattawa.
Okay.
We built a dimensioning mill on the Mattawa River. I worked there we built the mill, and then I moved on.
Okay.
I didn't particularly like the kind of work that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was very interesting to travel back and forth from Norwich every weekend. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been quite a hike.
Yeah, it was 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a education.
Yeah.
Sometimes education's good and sometimes it's not.
Well, that's my condensed version of what I could find for you today.
Well, that's fine. You've done a wonderful job.
Video limited, but thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome,
and I
Liz.
like to hear the stories that went along with it.
Yeah.
So
you're very good at getting people to talk. That's good. That's important. As long as you give me a good question, I can answer it. I'm not into that.
Part of my job is I love to hear people tell me about their family stories.
Sure. Yeah, that's good.
So I'm happy to hear some of yours
fine.
today.
Thank you.
So
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep.